Good morning, boys and girls. This morning we're going to do a project for hurricane relief. And this is what it is going to look like. There you go. You're going to make a little sort of Victorian looking cottage. This was first done when there was a terrible hurricane in Haiti, and some art teachers started a relief fund, a way of raising money to have their students make refrigerator magnets that looked like little Victorian cottages that existed in Haiti, and hopefully some of them still do, so that they all have a magnet on the back of them. And I'm going to show you now in this video how to make these little houses. Okay, so first we're going to go on a tour of the materials. What I did was, let's see, I made, okay, you'll have some bins of some basic materials to pick from. The first thing you're going to do is pick a little house that's, very plain. It already has the magnet on the back, so it's ready to go. And by all means, put your name on the back. That's rule number 1. Okay. So now that I have that, let's see if I can put the computer down. Okay. The next bin that you will be picking from will be from, let's see. Oh, I guess we'll go back to carrying it. Okay, so I have my house. Then the next thing I need is a detail of the roof line for the house. And so I'm going to take one of these from this bin. Okay, you're going to take one thing from each bin. There were some scraps. So each cottage needs a window and a door. And what I'm going to do is take this gold color for the windows, okay, and for my door I am going to match the detail that I grabbed for my roof. Okay, then I have this wonderful sort of sparkly paper too, and I'm going to grab some of this blue border. Okay, then there is this wonderful fancy paper, which I hope you can see. Okay, so you want to grab one of these. Okay, and this is getting a little hard to hold, so I'm going to put it in my work area. And then this is a tropical house, so of course we need to make a palm tree. So you have a selection of materials to use for the trunk of the palm tree. And let's see. I think, let me look, I have a red house, so I want something a little contrasty. So I think I'm going to take this gold pipe cleaner, and you're going to take one great big green feather for the leaves of the palm tree. All right, so now I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to create this palm tree and show you how to, this hurricane house for you to put together. Okay, so they're the ones I already made, and we'll just set them aside. Okay, and here's the one that I'm going to make now. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is, a lot of this stuff is self-stick. Okay, so this door that I got, you can just peel off the back. It's a piece of foam paper, and I'm going to stick this on. There will be scissors available to you if you want to trim things down. Okay, and I happen to be all matchy on this one, and I'm going to put, this is what I meant by the roof detail. Okay, so we're putting that in. It gives that Victorian look. Now, this is the scrap that I got to make my windows out of. And I'm going to trim it down, and I'm going to trim it in half. I made this scrap so like they could be a door or a window. And then you're going to have some Elmer's glue on the table. Hopefully this is working. Okay. And of course the Elmer's is giving me a hard time. We all know that trick, right? There we go. Okay. Still giving me a hard time, so we'll just improvise here. Okay. So there we go. Put my window here and my other window here. Whoops. Now don't worry about the Elmer's because we all know that that will dry clear. Okay. All right. And then I got this very cool sort of detail paper, and I liked it because there was some red in it and some of that gold color. So I'm going to trim this, and oh, it is sort of a pain that this isn't working. Let's see if I can make this work. No. I'll just trim it down until it does work. And there we go. Okay. So I'm going to run a little bit of glue. There we go. That's better. Yay. Okay. So I'm going to put a little piece of trim right here. I think that'll be kind of fun. And wow, that's pretty cool. That's sort of centered over the door. And now I'm going to cut this. Okay. And I really do kind of like that trim. So I'm going to put more of it at the bottom, like where the door is too. Victorian houses have a lot of architectural detail, so I'm going to encourage you to do that. Try to put some detail on your houses. Okay. Ooh. Put that one there. Okay. And you'll notice I didn't trim it exactly. You will have scissors, so I can just snip the edge of this to make it stick. Or actually, another trick is you can kind of just turn it under. That's not working. Sometimes it works. Okay. So we'll just trim that. And then trim this. So the process is basically to glue everything down first. Oh, I forgot to get one thing. In addition to all of these decorative items, I also have doilies for you. So I'm going to grab a doily. Okay. And I trimmed the doily into different pieces. So the idea of the doily is that you can trim some pieces out of it, like this little round thing here. Sort of cool. And I'm going to put this here to decorate my roof. There we go. And the doilies really give the houses kind of an even more Victorian look. You can also use the borders of the doilies, and I'm sure you'll come up with all kinds of things. So let me see. No, I think I have enough because I also wanted to show you how to use this glittery stuff. So there I have that little detail. And this is also a peel and stick material. Okay. You have to have a little more patience with it than the foam paper. The foam paper peels pretty easily. This stuff is a little more challenging, but it does peel. There we go. All right. And let's see, where should I put this? Maybe I'll put it like under here so it looks maybe a little bit like a flower box or something. There we go. or just sort of makes like a nice emphasis for the window. Okay, and of course we love sparkles. Sparkles are good. Oh, I'll put it above the door as well. There we go. Actually, what I want to put above the door is, I'd rather put a triangle shape. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to cut this. So I just want to show you that you don't have to just use the materials in the way I cut them for you, that you are an artist and you can make decisions about changing the materials. It looks like it's easier if you sort of pull the thin piece off from the paper. Okay, a little overlapping there, but I guess I'll just have to live with it. All right, so there. Now I've gotten the house to this stage, and what you're also going to have are some markers that are bright colors, and then these very cool markers that are metallic. And I personally love the metallics, and that's what I'm going to use here. So let's see. I'm going to use maybe a little gold. What you want to do is use a contrasting color when you use the markers. So I can use a little gold here. See how nicely it shows up? But it's not going to show up so well if I put the gold onto the gold scrap paper. So there is a blue that will work really well with that. So I'm going to draw my window panes like this. Okay. And I am good, but I am going to have to make curtains. I'm going to have to turn this right side up so I can see it. I'm going to put some curtains here, like that. Okay. And these are very fun. Okay. You can also draw on the foam paper. So I'm going to do that. And you know how the doors have like a little detail on them, so I'm going to do that. Now it looks like my door has a face. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Oh, and then put some dots here. Okay. And you can even, I'm just doing this maxed out so you can see. And then actually I'm going to go back and get my gold marker, because I could do some drawing on the roof as well. Put some dots in the corners here. And actually, I'll just put dots going like all the way around this decoration. So that's the whole thing about Victorian architecture. It's very, it uses a lot of patterns. It's fussy. Okay, it's a lot about decorations, which makes it very fun. All right, so there is my house. It's all done because I know you guys are raring to get started. Now there's just one last touch, the palm tree, right? You can't have a tropical house that doesn't have a palm tree. So whatever material you're using, I try to trim these so that they would fit. If it doesn't fit, then you can trim it a little bit yourself, like that. Okay. So that's the trunk to my palm tree. Okay. And then the feathers. Cut the feathers into 3 parts. Okay. And put a big old glob of glue here at the top. And arrange your feathers accordingly. Okay. So I'm going to put part of my feather here, like this. And another part of my feather here. Oh, you will probably need more glue as you put your palm tree together. Okay. And my final little fluff ball here. Okay. And this is the one thing we'll have to be a little careful about and have to let dry. Okay. But anyway, there you go. There is your hurricane house. All right. I now am the proud owner of 4 hurricane houses. Okay. There we go. And Miss Brinks is going to take care of selling these to raise some money for hurricane relief. I hope you like this project and have some fun. Get started making your hurricane house. Thank you.